Morning students, I welcome you all for the Sheba Group of School online class. Really I am very happy to be with you once again. So we have completed our portions in prose, poetry and supplementary. Then you have got some grammar also which is on for all the lessons on the back side of your book. So you have to go through the book exercise and the grammar part. So now the very important thing is in the poetry, the question paper will be divided into the first all the book exercises, next is the prose, poetry, then the supplementary. So poetry side you will be getting answer questions like paragraph answer. Already we have learnt paragraph in all the lessons, or if it is in a question form, what you have to do is you write all the answers together and you will be forming a paragraph. So now we are going to see the first unit. Poem The Castle. Already you have gone through this by Edwin Moyer. Whenever you write the lesson, you have to write the heading and the author, because then only you will be knowing from which poem we have been learning. So whenever you are practicing on your house also, you have to write this. Then only you will be having the remembrance when you are writing your examination. So first thing is fourth question in your book. Turn to page number . On page number 21, you have got the third. Read the lines. So read the given lines and answer. All through the summer at easy we lay, and daily from the turret wall we watch the mounds in the hay. So who does we refer to? So most questions it will be occurring only from the book. So you have to go through the book. So the question what it is asked here is, who does the poet? So here the word whom, the word we here refers to the soldiers. So the soldiers are inside and we are there. So we are going to let us go through the thing. Second one question is, how did the soldiers spend the summer days? So the question is, the answer is, the soldiers spent the summer days totally stress free and relaxed. What could they watch from the turret wall? Turret wall I have told you, on the top of the wall what will be there, on the fort there will be a thing like this, a gap and then a pillar for the people to stand inside and to see what is going on the opposite side. So for shooting and other thing, for arrowing, they will be using the gap. But the people will be hiding themselves in the thing that is called as a turret wall. So that is next one. Our gates were strong, our walls were thick, was smooth and high. So how safe was the wall? The question is like that. The castle's gate are strong. Most probably you will be having the answer from the lines which has been given. So strong and the walls were thick. What was the firm belief of the soldiers? The soldiers firmly believed that no one could enter into the strong and well protected castle. See, a foothold there, no clever trick could take us dead or quick. So what was challenging there? No one could enter the castle except a bird which can fly. This was challenging in the castle. The people, those who are seated here, those who are there inside, they are so much confident that no enemy can come into the fort except the bird. Next is, which aspect the castle strength is conveyed on the above line? The castle had a strong foothold and no clever tricks. Nobody can play tricks to come inside. Nobody can fool and come. Next one. Oh, then our maze of tunnel stone grew thin and so they have got a back door in it. So bring out the contest of the first two lines. The wind of an intricate path. There will be a secret way for them. So that path is called as the maze of tunnel stone. So tunnel stone grew thin. So it will be like a puzzle. The person, those who are coming inside also, they cannot straightly come and defeat us. There will be a puzzling thing for us a confusing end and other things where they used to come inside. Thin and disloyal as air. So only air can enter that also when it grew the way. So the enemies, that is the only way how the enemy can enter it. What happened to the castle? So the castle was captured. How was it captured? The opponent, the enemies gave a bribe to the guard who is there in the entrance. So we could do nothing being sold. So we will be sold out. Why couldn't they do anything? Because they were so confident on the guard and other people, those who are safeguarding the wall. So they couldn't do anything because it was an unspecified. So it is not a battle time. It's a peaceful time. So but what happened? With the help of the guard who was standing in the secret gate, they bribed him and they came inside. Why did they feel helpless? No, it is not a time for the war. They felt helpless because it was a shame for act that the old God, and they could not tell this tale. We cannot go and tell because he has been bribed. He is also one of our soldiers. So we feel ashamed of having a guard like this in the entrance where the enemy can enter. So now we are going to the next one. Turn to next page. Page number 22. So there are certain explained to reference to context. Already we know how to write ERC or explain with the following the reference of context. So there seem no threat to us at all. So how will you write it? First you have to write the word reference. Reference is from which poem it is being taken. So the first thing is, this lines is taken from the poem The Castle, written by Edwin Moir. So you have to write that. The context is the second heading which you have to write is, the context is when it happened. So what is the situation? The narrator talks about the confidence of the soldiers. So now we are going to explain the line. There seemed no threat. As the castle was strong and there was no trace of the enemies found, and the enemies were half a mile away, so it seemed that there was no threat at all. So you have got there. So how can? So first two lines is the same for everything. Reference and context. So the explanation only you have to go through that, and according to the line you have to write the answer. So next thing is the rhyming words of the poem which is given here. See on page number 22 the box is given. Read the poem and complete the table. So hay is given. So lay hay. First one is already done. So the next one is wall all. WALL, wall all. Then fear near. Load road. Thick trick. Win in. Bait gate. True through. Stone ground. Air bear. Told sold. And death breath. So now we are going to underline. See on the next the same thing. Question number 7. You have to underline the alliteration. Alliteration you have to see the first words. It is given here with our arms and a powder load on load. So see the L load is been repeated twice. L. So you have to underline these two words and you have to write only the answer. And next one is a little wicket gate. So WW has been the first word, wicked and a wicket. Next thing is the wizard, warden, let them through. Wizard is W, then warden W. Next is them and through. TH is the first letter is T and it through. There are many alliterations which has been going on through the lesson, so you have to go through that. Next is on 8th question, identify the figure of speech. It's been given here, the figure of speech. You have to go through that and find out the figure of speech. First one, what is the question here? A little wicket gate. So this is a metaphor. So both are objects. Next is, so one of them is maze and tunnel stone. Again the stone is coming. It is an metaphor. Grew thin and tremendous as. So if you want to, first you have to see three things. First is you have to find out if it is a simile. It will be like, as and so. If these three words are there, you have to write simile. So here it is, there like, as is given here. So from, how can this shameless tale be sold? Told, see, tale and told are starting from the same word. Then only gold. So gold is a metal. So it is a metaphor. So these are the things which are there in the poem. And let us, you have to go through the poem and find out all these things, and you have to write it in your notebook. Now students, we are in the second poem unit. You have got the Cassandra tree written by Doru Dutt. So we have taken this lesson which talks about their personal life, how they were when they were young. See, they were all together and the tree is there. So they talk like that. Now we are going to read the lines. You already know paragraph answer in the poem. So go through the paragraph answer. Already we have sent a paragraph answer for you. So be thorough with that. Next is read the lines there on page number 55. A creeper climbs in whose embraces bond. No other tree could live. So I am going to read the answer. Which tree is referred to the above line? So you already know what tree is that. The Casuarina tree is referred to the above line. How does the tree survive? So the tight hold of the creepers. The tree is so strong that it bears the tight hold of the creepers. Why does Doru use the expression a creeper climbs? So Doru uses the expression because they live together as a family. Emphasize the strength of the creeper when they are together, hold together. Next is the giant waves the scarf, wears the scarf, and flowers are hanging in crimson cluster. Who is the giant here? It is none other but the Cassandra tree is the giant here. It is a huge tree. Why is the scarf colorful? Scarf is the thing which we wear in the shoulder. Some of them they wear it when they go to the church, they put it in their head to cover their head. So the scarf is colorful as the creeper with red flower and has wound about the tree. So the tree is full of this red flower, that is crimson flower. Fear, trouble, hope and death. So the line goes, what does the poet mean by the expression, may love defend thee from a oblivious curse? Trees should be remembered out of love, and but just because it cannot be forgotten. So our early ages will not be forgotten, the places where we played and other things. What does the expression fain convey? Fain conveys eagerness and joy. When we are very young, we enjoy our life. As we grow older and older, worries and other things comes and sticks into us, which the poet once experienced with their sibling, with their brothers and sisters. She was playing there around the tree. What does the poet convey through the expression fear, troubling, hope? The poet conveys that the man of unflinched love and a devotion never fears. The person who is having a fear, devotion or love will not fear. And students, so we are seeing read the lines and other things. You have to attend write the short answers. Don't write it in a very long one, because the correction people only within a minute. The key points are very important while they correct your +2 papers. So next is the ERC. You already know about that. We have already done. When I was in the 11th standard, I used to give one first ERC. That is very, very important. Usually the question paper taking people, they used to prefer that. So here also, I am going to go through. There are 3 things given. Dear is the Cassandra to my soul. So how you have to write is, first thing is you have to write the reference. So what is the reference here? This line is taken from the poem, Our Cassandra Tree, written by Doru Dutt. That should be there. When they see that, what happened, they give 1 mark for that. Next is the context. When it happened, the poet says that there is not because of the majesty appearance. Have the castanet but the deers of those who played there with the deer and heart of the soul. Soul is the people when you are alive also the soul will be there. After you are dead, what happened? The soul will go to God who created. That is immortal. It will not be perish. It will not. It won't die. So the people may die. The body and flesh will die, but the soul will be forever. So he talks about the soul. It is dear to her. So all those who are there with them, the missing people and other people are also all the dear. Since she had played with her sibling and friends under this tree, that is the contest. So explanation, this shows that the tree is the dearer to her. Then, so next is, it is the tree of lament. So explanation is reveal the tear attachment of the poet. So it lament means it is a sorrowful now to see. She comes and see the tree afterwards, but it is a sorrowful. Then the thing is the second one, the tree lament. The tree lament seems that the strange and loud enough. Although it is like a giant, what happened? It could be heard. Next, the third one, unto thy honor, thy beloved of this. So the reference is already know, same thing. These lines are taken from the poem Kasara Tree by Dor. So what is the contest here? Here the poet immortalize. Already I told you the tree. People may die. There are tree which has been living for more than 300 and 400 years. That day the trees won't die. So here also he talks about that. She would like to dedicate or create the monuments. So she want to honor the tree, which made her happy because it is a beloved one. So these are the things. Now let us go to the next one, the figure of speech. Identify the figure of speech which is there. So the first one, like a huge. So already we know when you read the lines you have to see. First one is simile. There are three words there. Like, as and so. So the line starts itself when simile, like. Like underline that word and write it is a simile. The next one is the creeper climbs and those embraces. Only human beings embrace each other with the bond. So that is personification. Again the third one, a grey baboon sits statue like. Underline the word like, so it is a simile. The water lily spring, D1. There also like is there. Underline the word like and you have to write simile. Next is the E1. What is that ditch? Like murmuring. Who will murmur? Only human being will be murmur. Whatever we get good things also we murmur. So it is a personification. So you have to go through that. There are certain things which is given here. So my dear students, go through the poem of 1 and 2 and go through all the exercises, read and learn and be prepared for your examination. Thank you very much. God bless you and be with you. Be safe. Thank you.